It's 12 o'clock. It's Thursday. We are here, Green Umbrella Live Lunch. Kim's supposed to be out watching a magician or something, but she's dived back to do this. So we're going to keep it as short as we can so she can get back to the magic that is the summer holiday.
Nice.
I do appreciate you, Kim, making sure that this is, I know we kind of make sure the flexibility is there and all that sort of stuff, but I appreciate you arranging life around this. Much love.
You know, Green Umbrella's number one.
Absolutely. Oh man. Okay, so let's dive straight in. What have you, because obviously we had Kate on last week, so we've kind of got 2 weeks worth of stuff. What have you got? What have you seen that stuck out for you, social media news wise?
The thing that stuck out for me the most, Instagram is looking to add screenshot blocking on DMs.
Oh.
But only on temporary DMs. So when you send a DM and it's like view once or whatever, which I didn't know you could do that on Instagram, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I know you can. Oh no, of course I did. Yeah, no, I do. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, when you go to screenshot, a bit like Snapchat or WhatsApp, it will show a lovely little screenshot that says screenshot prevention for media that can only be viewed once. So yeah, so if you're sending sneaky messages, do it on view once because they can't be screenshot.
Absolutely. Makes you wonder what kinds of things people are posting that they only want to have viewed once. But yeah, I'm not that kind
of. It says it's to so the age of social media has led to all new forms of digital bullying, which we know, often based around tricking people into saying things that might get them into trouble with others or getting them to share intimate messages. Screenshots of these can be reshared for other forums, provoking broader issues. So this is basically just a safer way to reduce the risk of people being able to share such messages. So I think it's a good thing on the serious side.
When you think about that kind of younger audience that are on the platform, it is that there's a bit of, we're never going to remove the problem,
no,
but it is a bit of protection, perhaps, for people sending things that they shouldn't.
Yeah. As a mother of a young child, I am dreading the teenage years because we didn't have social media back in our day, so we could do what we wanted. I don't want to have to intervene in something. It's terrifying.
It is. It's not fun. It's not fun when that sort of stuff happens. That's for sure.
No.
That's for sure. Anything else Instagram wise?
Nothing Instagram wise that I've seen.
Okay, so I've got a couple of Instagram things. So first of all, something that I really like. So carousels, they increased it so that you could add up to 15 tiles. They're now increasing it again to add up to 20. Now, the reason I like this is if you've got a lot to share, then what happens when you post a carousel is that post will be shown multiple times to the same user, but different slides, different tiles from the carousel will be shown. So it might be like tile 7 that people go, oh, that's interesting. And then they're flicking backwards and forwards to, maybe read it from the beginning, that kind of thing. There's obviously on Instagram, well, not obviously, on Instagram, I follow a lot of podcasts. And then and I've started, like, since relaunching, I've changed the way I post podcasts on Instagram. So I think I'm going to bring this in. Whereas, like, for that episode, if you think about the key takeaways, the quotes, that kind of thing, they're spread over multiple tiles. So you see one and you think, oh, that's really that really sort of reaches you. It creates that emotional connection. You want to see more of it. So you're then flicking through and you're reading it beginning to end. So I'm really liking this. And obviously we work with a lot of recruiters. If they want to do a post once a week that is like, here's all our vacancies, it's one post, they get to say 20 things in this one post, essentially. So I'm really liking that. And I feel like it may well increase reach on those carousel. Or, well, this is going to bring me on to the other thing. That potentially it's going to increase the number of times that post gets seen because of there being all those tiles in there. Now, this is the other thing with Instagram. They are changing the way they display metrics. So I don't feel that people necessarily go into Instagram to have a look at how they're performing, look at the insights, that kind of thing, which they should. If you have been looking, when you go in now, you used to see like your reach. Now you're going to see views. Okay, so it's changing the way it's delivering that. The reason being that now, as you go through your feed on Instagram, like probably only like 40-50% of it is actually from accounts you follow. The rest is of AI, like this is content that AI thinks you'll want to see. So therefore, us thinking about followers on Instagram is kind of like, don't worry about your followers, worry about how much your content's being seen, which sort of puts things on its head in terms of how we generally measure success across social media. But like I said, on Instagram, it is really going to become about views. And so you'll see these shifts in the metrics. It's rolling out at the minute. Is it a good thing or not? I'm not entirely sure. I saw another article as well that was kind of a list of all the platforms and what, when they say you've had a view, what is a view? Yeah. And for most of them, it's like that thing has been seen for 1 second. That's all it is. I think YouTube was 30 seconds. Everything else, a view is counted as being 1 second. That's not a lot of time to get someone's attention.
Wow.
So, another reason why having essentially 20 opportunities on a carousel post to get attention is a really good thing. So yeah, that's Instagram. What else you got? Where should we go next?
What else did I have? Another one that's like safety and all that sort of stuff. TikTok are going to be, I've actually never noticed this myself, or maybe it's just because I'm lucky that it's not happened around me. So they can show amber warnings. So like say if somebody goes missing, they will ping up like a post from the news or whatever to say missing person, blah blah blah. But they're going to increase it so it appears more in people's feeds, but in the specific region of said missing person. So I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I like that. And again,
I've never seen it, but
yeah, when you think about user base as well, I think that's quite a strong one. And especially like over the last 6 months, there have been in mainstream news quite a bit of information about people disappearing. So I quite like that one. I feel like we're seeing quite a few things at the moment that are really like, how can we support younger users in the apps?
Yeah.
Not that people our age don't have these issues as well, but it's you can kind of see things happening that support protecting potential behaviors from younger users, which is encouraging. Obviously, there's still a whole load more that these apps need to do in terms of safety, security, misinformation, all of that. And as I've said before, I don't think they'll ever get to a point where this stuff is obliterated.
No, you're never going to ever.
No, but it's good to see improvements. One thing I thought was interesting about TikTok, so obviously it's had massive growth over the last 3 years, but I think that growth is kind of waning a little bit, and they're not attracting the kind of big creators that they were. So they have, and I think this is it's only launched in the US right now. They're basically introducing cash incentives to get new users to the app.
Yeah, seen that.
So it is now. When I read the headline, I thought, okay, that's interesting, but it is kind of limited. It's like you can have, and I think it's something like $300 in advertising credit or $100 Amazon voucher.
Yeah.
And it's if you bring someone into the app, it's like from YouTube or from Instagram, and it's like if they've got 10,000 followers or more, it's people like that they're trying to attract rather than the regular you and me. It's kind of these bigger creators they're trying to bring in. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting that that's quite a specific strategy to try and bring people in. It delivers a message that they're struggling to get these people themselves.
Yeah. I'm just reading it now, and it says the new TikTok incentive, like you just said, program sees users rewarded with Amazon gift cards if they can get YouTubers with over 10K and Instagram users with 100K to sign up to TikTok.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
So, and the article then says, which I quite like, which seems a little desperate, and it really seems like TikTok are running out of ideas.
Yeah. I was like, don't get me wrong, like referral programs are always like referrals are the best sales tactics, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
However, in that way, I thought that was a bit kind of like, wouldn't you reach out to these users yourself? Wouldn't you have an outreach team?
Yeah.
If there are like influencers out there not using your platform, wouldn't you be more proactive than a referral program? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other TikTok thing, I was going to say I don't think I'd ever use this. However, I can see a use case for it. So obviously we have group chats everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're now coming to TikTok as well. So you could have a TikTok group chat of up to 32 people, and you'll be able to use stickers and DMs and that kind of thing. I just don't see why I would ever be in a group chat on TikTok. And then I thought,
you can have one-to-one chats on TikTok. That's not the place for it. It's not.
Yeah, no. I just don't use it that way. But then I did think, well, would we have a group chat like as a GU team? So when you see TikToks, you just share it into the chat. But then I was like, but we do that anyway. Like if you see a TikTok, you'll share it into our WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's kind of, so it's interesting that it's there, but I'm not sure.
I feel like they're straws.
I think they're just following what's happening elsewhere. Again, I don't use group chats on Instagram. However, I know there is there is an audience for it over there. So I feel like they're just sort of mimicking that behavior essentially. And things like the stickers, don't you think so I do use stickers occasionally. I actually used one today in a comment on Facebook within a group that I'm in. But aren't stickers a bit old hat now?
Probably, but I like to make stickers out of my friends' photos.
So I'm talking about like the animated cartoony type ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't use those.
Yeah. So I feel like it's these sort of stickers. I'm not sure about it. Although you'll be able to use your own stickers as well.
Okay.
I'm not feeling that update. That's all I can say. Not feeling that one.
Yeah, I feel like stickers are for a younger audience, perhaps. I don't feel like anyone of our age are going to use them. I corrected myself quite quickly there.
You did. Also, WhatsApp is bringing in, they're expanding their sticker options and Giphy stickers and that kind of thing. So I was sort of surprised to see WhatsApp and TikTok like within the same sort of couple of weeks, them both doing it. And because like I said, I thought it was one of those things where a bit like GIFs, I was just never a GIF person. I was late to the party on that one. I feel like I'm late to the party with these stickers. So to see them being announced on 2 platforms within a sort of 10-day, 2-week period, I just thought, maybe I'm not as behind the times as I thought.
I mean, you do like to send the odd GIF now and again, don't you, these days?
Only on WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah, WhatsApp, yeah.
But this is the thing, right? GIFs. So on WhatsApp, when I don't know what to say, then I'll just look for a GIF, and then you've had a response.
Wow. Okay, thanks. I'm starting to see, there's me thinking that we were having these banterful conversations, and you're just like,
no, that's not what I mean.
Well, noted.
Yeah. Go. What else you got? Anything? Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google. Ooh.
Google provides more insight into emerging search trends. So they're going to, so Google have launched an update to its Trending Now tool, an element of Google Trends, which provides insights into the search terms that are seeing notable increases in search volume. That could assist in your ad campaign and SEO planning with more data on terms related to your region, industry, etc.
Yeah. Again, this is a tool people don't use often enough.
I didn't even know. I probably should know.
So yeah, Google Keyword Planner is you can go in, you can look at your website, what search terms are out there that people are using, and it kind of tells you like low, high, medium in terms of the usage. But it will also predict trends in search as well. And this is the sort of thing people look at it when they're writing copy for their website, but they don't come back to it on a regular basis.
Okay. This is more, I feel, looking at this, I feel this is more like, on Twitter when you have the top hashtags.
Yeah.
It's more like that, I think, because it's sort of showing.
It's more real time.
Yeah. Olympics 2024. The trend started 9 hours ago. The search volume is 200K plus. Trend breakdown, USA versus France. So it's like it's going more in depth into what people are generally searching for, I think, rather than. And it refreshes every 10 minutes on average. So you'll always see the latest updates.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that is going to be a really useful tool, really useful. Like anytime you're just short on content or you're thinking, I don't know what to post, like just diving into that and seeing like right now, this minute, what is it that I can be talking about? Especially if you want to do the kind of news jacking sort of approach to marketing as well. It's going to be a massively valuable tool, massively valuable.
I like that.
I've got some random bits. So Threads. Do you know, I actually saw an article. Well, obviously I was doing like 2 weeks worth of reading because we're in the summer holidays. I'm not reading every day like I normally do.
Yeah.
So I was looking back and there was one article.
Holidays. How old are your kids?
Yeah, but it's been sunny is what I mean. I've been in holiday mode. Taking
right, there we go. You're in holiday. Don't blame. Okay.
Like it's a different energy in August, isn't it?
It is, yeah, 100%.
And I've done my bloody years of the summer holiday stress there. I get to enjoy it in a different way now. Anyway, this article I saw, it was like Threads audience has just in the last month or so has just skyrocketed. It's like they've tripled their audience or their engaged users, I should say, in the last month or so. Now I'm thinking that is probably down to the Olympics, elections everywhere. We've had ours, France, the US election stuff's going on. It's like there's been loads in a small amount of time.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if in 2 months' time there'll be reports of the audience disappearing off again. Anyway, Threads have launched insights on desktop now. So if you are using Threads, previously you could only look at that data in app. Now you can view it on the desktop. And it is like when it comes to your insights, wherever you are, when you look at it on the desktop, it's always easier to see what's going on. Apart from Instagram, that's the only one that's different. So when you're trying to pull reports together and get a clear picture, it's always better to look at all of your insights on desktop. So yeah, you'll be able to look at threads there as well. The other thing I saw, YouTube is playing with a couple of things. So it's looking at your videos and your shorts, mixing them up in feed.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, I mean, I don't really scroll through YouTube. I go into YouTube,
You search
to the channels I watch. But yeah, but the thing is, I don't search in YouTube. I like when I go to, well, I do search. That's I'm wrong to say that. When I go into YouTube, I know exactly what I want. I'm going to YouTube to watch Modern Wisdom podcast.
Yeah.
So I go in and I'm going straight there. I'm not actually doing a search and getting search results. I'm going in to Modern Wisdom to watch the latest episode.
Yeah.
Or Diary of a CEO, or you know, or whatever
The
podcast it is.
Yeah,
Slow mo. You know, all the ones I watch regularly. I go in specifically there. So I don't really have this experience. I never use you. The only time I use YouTube on the phone is if someone sent me something, so I'm going direct to the video.
Yeah.
I never open the app and do a search or scroll through to see what it wants to suggest to me. I don't use it as a search thing. So I'm not quite sure what impact that's going to have. The other thing I saw was they're looking at, you know, like on Facebook, you get video in video ads.
Yeah.
YouTube are looking at, they're testing that at the minute. So we might start to see video in video ads on YouTube. And then the other thing, which I will take a look at, because this could be really good for us. So when you're in YouTube Studio, the Gemini integration, so Gemini being Google's AI tool, that Gemini integration will now generate suggestions for you on what videos you should create.
Ooh.
Kind of like mini script, not a script so much as you know, an outline of what the video should be.
Yeah.
So I think that could be really, really good. And I think this is the thing, like coming up with ideas for video for social media, because they tend to be quick videos. It's easier to come up with the ideas. Whereas coming up with a video for YouTube, you'll think like it does need more of an outline. It needs more scripting. I think that can be a challenge for a lot of creators. So I don't think I know it can be a challenge. So I think this could be a really, really useful tool. And especially channels like ours, where I kind of fell out of love with YouTube quite a while ago. This is live streaming over there. But in terms of, I don't really create specific YouTube content anymore, and we really need to get back on that. So I think it's a tool that we will probably look to use ourselves. So that was quite a nice one. LinkedIn, couple of things happening there. So do you remember earlier this year, and it was right at the beginning of this year, LinkedIn opened up the opportunity. We couldn't just run ads as a page anymore. We could actually run ads from a personal profile as well.
Oh, okay.
So we could have an ad that is like, you know, rather than being Green Umbrella, it would be Christina. The ad would be from Christina Robinson. So they're now allowing us to, so they say sponsor newsletters.
Oh,
as a person as well as a brand. So literally, so we've talked about it before. I have now started a newsletter on LinkedIn. First issue went out Monday last week. It's going to go out once a month, and it is all about me. It's like this is everything that's happened over the last month that you might have missed. The blogs, the podcast, speaking things, whatever it may be. This is what's coming up. So if I'm speaking at any events, if I'm running any live sessions, they'll be in there, and anything I might have seen along the way that I just think is interesting. So that's that's there for people to subscribe to if they're interested. But yeah, potentially now I could actually run an ad on that newsletter, which is quite interesting.
It's a very good newsletter as well.
Bless you, thank you. So yeah, although I loved your response to it, going, and you're going to do this all on your own without my help. And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I've got this.
I was like, have you put time in the diary for that?
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. The other thing on LinkedIn.
I'm just trying to find the link to the newsletter.
Okay. The other thing on LinkedIn is that obviously we've been able to verify our personal profiles for a little while now. LinkedIn is rolling out verification for company pages. However, this is not something we can do as a page owner. It's something LinkedIn's doing itself. So it's starting off, they've got, I don't know, however many pages that they are rolling out and saying these are verified pages. And they're saying they're verified because they've been updated. There's an active admin on there. There's some branding, the address information looks to be correct. So LinkedIn is deciding that is the right page for that brand.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. So yeah, so there's that. And then basically the verification will just appear. You don't have control over it. It will just appear. And then what we can do is we can essentially put our page on the list to be verified.
Okay.
But LinkedIn are going to do it in their own sweet time.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's a really, really odd thing. So if you want to get your page added to the list, go into your settings, go into verification, and there should be an option there for you to add your page to the list. And all that will happen is you'll get a little shield with a tick next to it against the name of the company page. And the idea being like some people, they might have had employees that on their profile have, you know, if you put Green Umbrella instead of Green Umbrella Marketing,
yeah,
it would essentially create a listing page, but it's not a page that anyone's ever taken ownership of or an updated, that kind of thing. So it's about being able to tell the difference between one of those and a page that is an official page. So excuse me, belching on a live stream. How attractive. So yeah, so that's it. That's LinkedIn. And that's pretty much everything. I mean, there's been other stuff, articles around psychology of sharing, what emotions you need to evoke in order to gain virality and all that sort of stuff. Search trends, whether things have increased or decreased on sort of search engines versus AI and all that sort of stuff. But nothing really massively noteworthy other than what we've covered already.
Nice.
So the only other
you did do something last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a webinar last night, a live stream. I always call them webinars. It was a live session talking about 20 content ideas. I'm not sure if the recording's been sent out already, but if anyone wants to get the recording, just drop a comment underneath here and or DM us with an email address. We'll get you added to the list. So it was 20 content ideas. But actually, where do those content ideas fit within your marketing funnel? What's top of funnel, middle, bottom, and what items of content work across the funnel as well? So I had some really lovely comments at the end of that, which is always nice. It's about 55 minutes, so not too long. So yeah, anyone that wants that recording, let us know. What else have I had going on? So the podcast. So I had Neville Wright on the relaunch episode. And then on Monday, I released the episode, which was an interview with Jeff Mask, who is he's the loveliest guy. Like every time I speak to him, it's just, even if it's just messages on LinkedIn, I just feel this real shift of goodness. And it's it's always got something insightful to say. And in fact, I posted on LinkedIn and I was like, oh, shall I, shan't I? Because it probably won't get seen by many people because of this going live. And I thought, no, it's in the moment. I'm going to put it out anyway. had a conversation this morning with someone that had that typical story of being nervous of putting themselves out there online because they might get some, you know, they might, you know, what if someone calls me out? What if someone says something negative? And in this podcast interview, Jeff talks about basically dealing with our crap so that we can have an inspired future. And so it was, I very quickly went and got that clip, and I've posted that over on LinkedIn. But yeah, if you haven't, brilliant, thank you. If you're not subscribed to the Christina Talks podcast, between the interview with Neville, this interview with Jeff, there is so much in there just around leadership and who we need to show up as and how to approach things. And it is like whatever's holding you back, just those 2 episodes alone, there's absolute gold in them from people that have had challenges. Like Neville's autistic, well, it's not autistic, sorry, ADHD, dyslexic, and he's managed to build incredible wealth. Jeff, you know, he's a cancer survivor, and everything that he does is about being successful in business and loving life whilst you do it, leading with love and kindness, and it's just a brilliant conversation. So yeah, people should go and listen, go subscribe for me, but go and listen for you, because there's some brilliant stuff in there.
Cute.
Cool. Okay. Well, I think that's us about done. We can wrap it up there this week, so you can get back to summer holiday frolics. What's the plan for this afternoon? Survival.
Yeah, that's about it.
If you were going to put together a pack, for parents to enable them to survive the summer holidays, what are the top 3 things you'd put in there?
As in like an actual pack that you'd give to someone?
Yeah.
Okay. Earplugs. I was going to say wine, but don't do that anymore. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, have a think, and you can tell us next week.
Yeah, just, I don't know. Some days are easier than others, and today is not the day.
Amazing. Angela says send them to their the grandparents' phone number. Put that in the box.
Yeah, see, I did that the last 2 weeks. So I'm only we're in week 3 of the holidays, and I'm actually only on day 4 and already. Lovely at that age, aren't they?
Bless you. Cool. All right, I'll let you get back to Oliver. We'll let everyone go, and we will see you all next Thursday, 12 o'clock, for the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. Bye for now, guys. Thank you. See you soon.
Help me.